Hello everyone, my name is Abhishek and today I have been doing something rather interesting. It's been a long time since I've touched my YouTube channel and I thought why not make a video and tell you guys what I've been doing this past evening. So I've been looking at these Deepseek model lately, which is a first generation of reasoning models with comparable performance to OpenAI O1, which is really interesting because this is actually open source and free and open source. It's very nice that you are actually able to run this LLM on your own computer. And very interesting. For as for the type of the parameters that I'm running this on is the 8 billion process per second parameter. This is amazing. I'm using an RTX 4060 Ryzen 7 7840HS. It's a log 15 APH8. So it has 16 gigs of 5600 megahertz memory, and I'm able to use the 7 billion, 8 billion, or 1.5 billion of the parameters. I won't be able to take advantage of 14 billion, 32 billion, 70 billion, and definitely not 671 billion. If you have 14 billion, if you want to use the 14 billion parameter, you got to be using something like 32 gigs of RAM. If you want to get the 32 gigs one, you need 64. 70 you need like 128. 70 I think you would need around like 200 maybe just to be safe. This one 671 billion parameter one, I don't think you can actually run it on your system unless if you have like a 5090 with like a load of RAM, maybe a terabyte of RAM or something with like a threadripper. But if you have that, you go by all means you can do it. But recently I was able to oh shit no all right recently I was able to integrate this LLM model locally on my computer. I've installed the necessary files, and I've also installed Docker Desktop, which is a hosting application that I was able to use. Then this is the this is the host localhost 3000 that I was able to use and like you know test the LLM out. I just wanted to test the LLM out. So this is a reasoning model, and this is a very smart model. When and ChatGPT, like a regular model like ChatGPT 3.5 or ChatGPT 4.0, those models usually use. They're like students who like try to answer. They're like very smart students that try to give you the answer the fastest. But a operator model or something like this, like DeepSeek R1 or ChatGPT's O1, is able to think about what you are asking it, and it's able to provide you with the most efficient and most important information that you need. So that is why I was researching about this, because this might be very beneficial for me and my university days upcoming. Of course, I'm not going to plagiarize anything. I heavily condone plagiarism. You can use this as a tool. Use it as a tool. Do not use it. Do not fully rely on these LLM models. They have mistakes. Also, you have to give, since this is a LLM model running locally on my machine, you can only use these. You can only use these with files that you provide. So you still have to go and research a bunch of files. Let's say I've asked it the question of the corporate communication crisis of Ubisoft, and it gave me stuff like data misuse issues, internal conflicts and mismanagement, leadership inaction, customer confidence dilution, and root causes mitigation. I've also asked it to add about the gamers will own nothing and they'll be happy code, and blamed gamers for not liking their unfinished products. So that was recently one of my assignment questions, which is a corporate communication crisis. Yeah, I am a corporate communication student, by the way. I just do this type of stuff part time. I just love it. Okay. Recently, I was able to make an interface with OpenWeb UI, which I'm able to host using Docker Desktop, and I downloaded the files from Llama, from Olama. This is the place where you get a bunch of free and open source models. I mean, not free and open source. I don't think Llama 3.3 is open source. I do not think it's open source, but you can use it. It's proprietary. But Deepseek R1 and Deepseek R1 is the one that you're gonna love, because this one is really powerful and really efficient. Since I've used the 8 billion parameter one here, let me just ask you a quick question. Why did the dinosaurs source go extinct? As you can see, it will come to a thinking process, which is going to be generating a bunch of quotes, which is going to be thinking. Okay, this is basically the thought process of the AI. So you can actually take a look at the thought process of the AI and take the information from it. So if I just close down this drop-down menu, it is giving me the answers right now. So if you want to take a look at the thought process, you can actually go and point it out, like point out the thought process and guide the AI. This is a much more smarter, more efficient AI model over here. So it's really nice. So this is a for the question. This is the thought process for it. Surviving species, post extinction impacts, yada yada yada. I am not a paleontologist or archaeologist. I do not want to know. I just asked it for the sake of asking. So this is a very interesting LLM model, and I think I'll be making a video soon on how to install it on your computer locally, despite whatever specifications you have. I have relatively mid-range specifications with the 4060 and the 16 gigs of um, 5600 megahertz RAM. It's a laptop anyway, and it's pretty. For me, it's a pretty premium machine. But at the end of the day, I think you can use the 1.5 billion parameter model to in like for computers that are really like potatoey, and you need like 16 gigs of RAM just to use 7 billion or 8 billion parameters. I use the 8 billion parameters one because I'm confident that the RTX 4060 and the 16 gigs of 5600 megahertz RAM will be able to do the processes more efficiently with 8 billion parameters. 14 billion, you need like something around like 32 gigs. 32 is like 64, 70 is like 128. 671, I wouldn't really recommend you using such a big parameter on your computer, unless if your computer is like built like a battle station or something, like with a 5090, like I said before. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I just wanted to make a random video because I haven't uploaded in quite a while. I also wanted to make this channel into a tech channel where I document all my tech findings and do a lot of stuff here. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day.